Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cindy. Today we're going to be talking about the travel agent business model you need to know. We're going to be revealing the model that nobody is telling you guys about. We're also going to be walking through the different things you absolutely need to know, the top 3 things if you're thinking about being a travel agent in terms of your business setup. And we're also going to be talking about how do you decide what's best for you based on your goals, nobody else's. So if that sounds like fun, keep on watching.
Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.
All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. We bring you amazing content every single week to help you as you consider being a travel agent or as you are growing your travel business, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, type a little "I'm new" down in comments. I'd love to welcome you to our community. And if you are new, you might not know who I am. My name is Cyndi Williams, and I am the founder and CEO of Wanderlust Campus, which helps people just like you learn how to launch, grow, and scale your travel businesses. And I've been doing this just a short 30 years. We're celebrating my 30th anniversary since I started in the travel industry. So lots of knowledge in this noggin that we like to share with you on the channel. So today we're talking about the travel agent business setup that you need to know. So I'm in a unique position in the industry where I'm not loyal to any hosts. I'm not loyal to any entities out there. I don't hire travel agents. So this is one of those things. We're educators in the industry. We are fully transparent with the different ways that you can get started as a travel agent. So that's why there's some models that aren't openly shared as much as I feel like they should be in the industry. So hopefully this will be very eye-opening for you today. And I'm going to walk through kind of the most common different setups first. So let's start there. I have a couple things I want to share with you guys in terms of the most common setups. So as you start to embark on thinking about becoming a travel agent, you're going to Google stuff. You're going to end up seeing a lot of flashy marketing and a lot of different roads are going to appear like do this, do that, do this. I want you to make the decision that is best for you and your goals. So the first thing I want you to do is decide, why do I want to do this? What are my goals? Do I want more freedom? Do I love travel? Do I love to serve people in the capacity of thinking about being a travel agent and booking trips for people? But what's most important to your goals? Are you trying to leave a job that you don't like? Do this full-time, part-time? Ask yourself all of those questions so you're really clear on what you're looking for. That way, when you start your search, it's a little bit easier. So I'm going to walk you through the most common setups, and I'm going to talk about the one that no one's really talking about. So first of all, you could work for an agency, right? There's going to be lots of agencies that you see out there. They're going to say, work for us, come host under us. You'll hear the word hosting used in our industry a lot. What that means in our industry, you are not an employee when you are hosting. You're not an employee in the typical model when you're working for an agency. Yes, that existed back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. That was normal that you would get kind of a paycheck plus you could earn commission. That's not how the industry works anymore. It is commission only. You are a contractor when you are working for an agency now, and anything that you sell, you will earn a percentage of the commission because the agency is going to keep their part of the split as well. So there's nothing wrong or bad with that model, but there are really bad setups out there that I don't want you to fall victim to. And it seems like there's more and more kind of popping up every day. So you need to be careful in that model that you're vetting, that you're doing your research, and that you're doing a few other things that I'm going to talk about at the end of the video as well. But that's the first setup. You would work for an agency as a contractor, not an employee. And the other thing with that model too is, you know, from a growth perspective, where our places in the industry is we help people become agents. We help them start their own agencies. We help them scale their agencies. We work with different clients through all different levels of growth. When you're working for an agency or you're contracting, you're a contractor for an agency, they're not always fully transparent about helping you go through that journey or start your own agency, right? And we can't blame them. They're running their business. They're building their business. Why would they teach you how to run your own? So there'll be a part there that if that is your goal to have your own thing down the road, you just have to know that that's not necessarily going to be shared in a mentorship capacity when you're in that type of arrangement. So those are some of the pros and cons. Now, the next one is you could work independently. You can actually get set up as an independent travel agent, register with suppliers, sell travel. that sounds great. I'm going to get 100% of my commission. I'm going to have 100% control over my brand. I don't have to follow other people's rules. The only downfall to that is if you have not worked in the industry before, that is exceptionally hard way to start if you don't know what you're doing. Booking travel is not like booking travel for yourself. There are a ton of things that you need to know from a how to be an agent perspective, and also how to set up your business in a way where it's going to present well online, and then also following all of the different legalities and setups and best practices. If you've never worked in the industry before, that can be a really almost impossible model to just jump into if you haven't been a travel agent in a different capacity before. So that makes that one kind of hard, even though when it's done, it's beautiful, right? And then there's this third model that nobody really talks about, but some people do it as a natural progression, and it's one that we actually use in our certification process. So when our students come in, we talk to them about their goals, what they want short-term and long-term, and then we match them appropriately. If they have experience, we'll take them right on what we call our independent track or our experience track, and we'll show them how to do that. But otherwise, we love this hybrid model of working for an agency for a limited amount of time, gain the experience that you need while building your own brand and your own business, because remember, you're a contractor, you're not an employee, so you're building your business. And then how to graduate out of that system in a faster way so you can then earn those 100% commissions as an independent agent. So I'm a big fan of the hybrid model. You're probably not going to hear about it anywhere else but this channel, and that's because we're educators. We are not hiring contractors or hiring travel agents. So we love to share the knowledge in a free, open way where you guys can make your own decision on what's best for you, right? So a couple of things on the hybrid model. I do feel like it's kind of that Goldilocks zone of getting started, learning the things, but then working towards your long-term plan of having your very own thing. So that's why it's my favorite. One of the things I want to tell you guys about is we have a free masterclass that actually goes into a deeper conversation on each of these models, talking about the pros and cons of each. So this is a totally free class. This is because I get hundreds of messages a week where you guys are like, Cyndi, how should I get started? I don't know you personally. I don't know your goals, but what I can share with you is here are the different setups. Here are the different ways you can get started. So definitely check that out. You can go to careersonvacation.com/masterclass, and then you can have even kind of more information about those different setups so you can figure out what's a match for your goals as you go. All right, so how do you decide what is really best for you? After you take the master class, you're going to have a better feel for kind of where you want to be. You're going to learn how the industry works as well, as far as that whole orientation process. So there's three things that I want to make sure, no matter what setup you land on or who you work with, whether it's us or not, there's three things that I really want to make sure that you do to protect yourself. So the first is avoid bad setups and bad contracts. It is so easy, and I see this happen every day because we have clients come into our programs that are brand new and they haven't started yet, and we have just as many come in that go, oh my gosh, I made a bad decision. Now I messed everything up. I still want to do this, but I made some bad choices, right? I got swept up by the marketing, or I got swept up in, just feeling like this was the right place. And then I realized from watching your videos that I can earn more, I can do more, and help me fix this. It's much harder to fix it when you have made the tough choices, because sometimes we have to go all the way back to the beginning, scrap it all, and fix it and go forward. So in order to prevent that, you guys really need to take a step back, take a deep breath as you're evaluating who you want to work with, and make sure, if you are considering that model where you're working as a contractor for an agency, you need to read that contract, every line of it. You need to make sure there's not bad or weird terms in the contract. You need to make sure you're not getting into a bad setup. You need to make sure that it's not too restrictive. Those are important things, because what can happen that you don't even realize right now is, let's say I had one yesterday and she's like, I booked a 100-person group for next May. I'm filming this in June. Okay. So she's like, I want to leave this host. It's not the right place for me, but she has to stick there to get that group payout until next May. So now she has to figure out, can I, under the terms of her agreement, can she get another host? Can she do another thing. So we have to go through that process with her and figure out what's going to be best at that juncture. So instead of getting into kind of a situation where you're in a bad contract or bad terms, or you realize later like, oh, I'm stuck here for a year, make sure you do this vetting phase up front. And that's my number 2. Fully vet and pre-screen anyone that you're considering. I'm going to actually show you inside Wanderlust campus in a minute, and I'm going to show you some of the tools we give our students, because that's how important this process is. And then the last thing is understand hosts are not employers. Be prepared to train yourself and make sure that you are setting your business up in a way where you can scale your growth. All right, so I'm going to take you guys inside Wanderlust campus now. Let me pull this up on my screen. So when you're a Careers on Vacation student, this is kind of home base, but any Careers on Vacation student that is on our new agent track, they are going to get access to this travel agency launch kit. Okay, so I'm inside the travel agency launch kit. Now there's lots of good stuff on, how to start up your business, how to set your business, how to set it up. But I'm going to actually go right into module 3 and kind of walk you through a couple of the tools that we give our students. So the first thing is we do a thorough video on how to select a reputable host if they want to embark on that hybrid model that we talked about. We also talk about what niches are selling and evaluating that in the process as they're making their choice, and how to put a training plan together. And then as they are starting to vet these different hosts, we give them a list of our pre-vetted hosts, and then we actually take them through a tutorial of how to interview a host to make sure they're asking the right questions. One of the things that we give them is our how to select a reputable host training packet, which walks them through all of the things to avoid, all of the things that you want to make sure that you're avoiding, understanding the hosting relationship. And then within this packet, we also have a list of our pre-vetted hosts. So they know that it's someone who doesn't have weird things in their contract, that it's abiding by all the things that are important to us in Wanderlust campus and in the Careers on Vacation certification. They're going to allow them to brand themselves. They're going to allow them to do all the things that are important as they graduate out and away from that host as well. Another thing that's really important that you're getting in there and kind of check the different hosts, and then we have that list for you. So it really narrows it down so you don't have to go out and look at 100 different companies. You can go out and look at under 10 different companies that I know are doing things properly in the industry, and that makes it a little bit easier as you are in that journey in evaluating which one is going to be best for you. So guys, I hope that's helpful. I can't stress enough how important it is to really have a good setup at the beginning. And listen, if you are, no matter who you're working with from a contractor capacity, you're still going to have to train yourself. You're still going to have to set up your business. If you are interested in learning more about Wanderlust Campus and Careers on Vacation and becoming a certified travel agent, we would be honored to help you with that. We run one of the biggest programs in the industry, and this is an inside of kind of Wanderlust Campus and what it looks like. A little bit more about the program, if you would like to learn about it, you can visit wanderlustceo.com. Talks about everything that you get, not just those we talked about pre-vetted lists and helping you through that startup process, but once you're actually in Careers on Vacation, you're going to have access to all of your training materials online. But most importantly, you also are going to get to work with real people. You're going to get to work with me. This is a sample of our training calendar. You can see that we show up live for classes. These are all of our different instructors and leaders that walk you through what you need to learn as you're earning your certification and setting up your business. We have a whole machine that's going to help you have the most results in the industry. And guys, we are the most reviewed program of this type in the industry. We're so proud of that. We have hundreds of 5-star reviews. We have hundreds of case studies on YouTube, and I encourage you to check those out as well. So we'd be honored to help. Check out all that information. I'll drop the links below as well. You can also visit us at careersonvacation.com/readynow if you'd like to apply for our next class, and we'd love to see you in class. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.